Hello everyone, good day to you. Thank you for engaging with me. If this is your first day of engaging with this channel, please hit the subscribers button. Subscribe to this page, let's grow it. Like the page as well, and make sure you have the notification bell on so that anytime there is a video or a content, you will be able to see it as quickly as possible. Anyway, my name is Mr. O.com. I am a mathematics teacher in the United States, and I teach high school math, and I've been here for the past 5 years. And I've been talking about a lot related to teaching, mindset augmentation, growth, staying abroad, living in abroad, and I've been advocating for people to travel, because we've come to believe and understand that these things that we keep talking about, that people should travel, it's not just about the economic reason. There is a lot beyond it. Most of us will want to travel because of economic reasons, but if you sit down and you analyze it carefully, you realize that you use the economic reason to come to some of these economies, but at the end of the day, the experience is much more than just economic. All right, so most of us make some of the decision to come and study abroad just because we know studying abroad, coming to teach abroad will change your economic situation. But you enter and you realize that, oh, this thing is even beyond just the money that I'm going to gain. It is the experience, all right? The mindset that changes, right? If you travel outside your home country, especially those of us from Africa, to other developed countries or developed economies, and you don't experience anything, you don't learn anything, then there is a big problem with your traveling. Yes, I always say that. It goes beyond just me teaching here and earning money. The whole thing is an experience, and it takes a lot of mindset change to be able to appreciate the essence of that aspect of the traveling. And so recently I made a video about mindset, and I used my own life experience in relating to my career path, my career choice, and my career path, and how it all transitioned, metamorphosed up to this point of my life. Okay, most of us grew up with a certain kind of mindset. Most of us still are holding those kind of mindsets. But I've come to believe that mindset is everything. If you have a child that stayed in a village and all he sees is people giving birth, people living their life from the farm to the house, and it's all like that, it's the same, or you realize that the same cycle continues. This is not to despise anyone, but trust me, some of my peers that I left in the village in Ghana those days, when I moved from the village, I can tell you for a fact that if I see some of them and I see how they've turned out, I am not surprised, because the environment actually makes you who you are. Yes, the environment has a lot of effect on your mindset. And you see, it takes a strong mindset, somebody with a strong will. Somebody who is strong, who have a strong will, a very deep desire for change, to be able to rise above those things. All right, if you don't take time, you will stay the same forever and ever. Most of us grow up having this poverty mentality, and it has stayed with us. Some people have traveled to America, Canada, UK, Germany, Finland, mention it, but yet their village mentality, their poverty mentality never left them. There are teachers in this US now who are still converting things that they want to buy. So they go to the shop, they look at the price of the thing, it's $15. They convert it to their home country, they say, how will I spend $15 on this? It's a mindset problem. Trust me. It's a mindset problem. They look at the tools that will make their life easy and they try to convert it. Apart from getting into trouble with the law, there are so many of them that will live here not achieving anything, not understanding anything. The achievement is not only about building in your home country or buying a car to your home country. No. The achievement is the kind of mindset that you grow with, you carry yourself, how you even, the things you even wear. It's about your mindset. Yes, it's about your mindset. That is why in our part of the world, we call it settings, right? We call it fraud, because we have this notion of the fact, if I'm driving a nice car, I'm smelling good, I'm wearing a nice perfume, it means I am of a certain value. Okay? Whereas somebody could have that same value, I mean, big money, but will look simple. So we have grown to believe that kind of, mindset. So people look at that and say, okay, if that is what you want, I'll package it for you. So you see the boys, the ladies, they all do packaging. Yeah, they'll go and stand at the shop, take pictures. Oh, I am having lunch with my family at Kempinski. I'm having lunch in the Abuja hotel, and this, just for people, because that is the kind of mindset we are used to. Yes, and the boys will always, use those kind of settings to deceive a lot of people. And if you are not smart, you will not see between it. It's all about the mindset. It's all about what happens here. Okay? So I tell people, you travel to America, don't come with the village mentality. Don't come with that same old poverty mentality. Either than that, you will not do anything. You will not live your life. Okay? Even when it comes to your personal grooming, the mindset with which you grow, carries a lot. Because you walk to a perfume shop, the perfumes are $200, $150, right? And you start punching, $150 times 500 shillings, you convert. Then you are shouting at the shop, and then everybody will be looking at you. Whereas you desire to smell good, you desire to look good, you desire to feel, that thing. But yet, your poverty mentality is still holding you back. You understand? Scarcity mentality. You are scared of spending. You are scared of buying that shirt. You walk to a shop and the shirt is $25. You are like, why should I buy a shirt for $25? But you forget that you need to present yourself. You need to dress well. You need to look good. And before you can go and even stand before these students and teach them. So a lot of teachers end up coming to America and they dress anyhow to classroom. Even in our home countries, teachers take salary, and because of the kind of mentality they grow up with, they end up living anyhow, even though they are being paid. I have said it several times on this platform that if you are a teacher, because I am a teacher, I'm using teachers as an example, there is always that one teacher in the school that dresses as if he or she is not being paid. You see them wearing some tattered clothes, dressing anyhow, their shoes are not polished, the same old shirt, they kind of have some odor around them, there is always like that. And I believe it is in almost every sector of our life. You meet people, you realize that no, this person is carrying certain mentality that is still keeping him there. You understand? If you don't believe yourself, nothing tells you that you can do it. Yeah, you still be there. As for me, I can't do it. As for me, I'm good for nothing. No, because somebody told you were good for nothing and you believed it. You believed a lie about somebody, or you believe a lie about yourself. So you carried that mentality and you held onto it, and it is affecting you. I just want to reiterate the same point that, listen, let us start changing the way we think, the way we see things. I have made a video once on this platform and I said, we all will be able to see, we all look at the road. You see, we all see the cars. The smart ones will see business by just looking at these cars. But the ones with skewed mentality, blocked mentality will just see normal cars driving on the road without seeing any business. Yes, that's the difference. You understand? That is the difference. We all experience, we all sit on the plane, we all sit in the trotro, we all sit in the public transport, public taxi. Somebody will see a business and say, oh, I want to solve this problem and make money out of it. But yet, because of your skewed mindset, your queer way of thinking, hell, I mean, what is that? I mean, you people, everything, you want to make money out of it. Everything, yeah. Because your worldview is so myopic. It's so limited. Your worldview is so limited that you cannot reason beyond what you are used to. I just want to tell you that learn to see beyond what you see. Yes. See with your mind, don't see with your eyes. The eyes is meant to see, but the mind is meant to perceive. So we are all looking at the same thing. That is why I always use the disciples that followed Christ. All of them walked with Christ, right? But they all reported differently. If you read their accounts, you realize the angle from which they all reported. Some reported based on their profession. Some reported on based how they interacted with the man at a certain time of their life. You understand? That is the worldview. Some also sat behind and said, oh, for me, I will not get anything, so I just have to sell him out. That is the worldview in literal sense. So it depends on your level, where you are, how you see things, how your orientation is and everything. And if you carry that thing with you, sometimes and most of the time it will affect you. A young boy who grew up in an affluent environment, seeing cars, seeing things, will not go to certain places and be affected by it. So I grew up seeing the most expensive cars in my home. I grew up seeing iPhones. So if you go somewhere and somebody wants to use iPhone to kind of deceive you, it doesn't make anything, because you're like, this thing's a common thing in my house. So bring another young boy who grew up in a certain scarcity environment. You realize that that iPhone is like a god. It's like a little god to him or her, because he has never seen it. You understand? He has never seen it. And that is what I'm talking about. There are people who travel, who have access to certain level of exposure, yet their way of doing things. Why is it that most of our politicians, most of our leaders or misleaders, they have traveled to some of these places, right? They have traveled to America, Germany. They all schooled somewhere. Even Nkrumah, the great Nkrumah, schooled outside. And they learned a lot of things. But have you realized that the very things we are experiencing here or you are seeing here, you ask yourself, so why is it not being replicated in our own country? There are so many reasons, and I know, but one of the basic reasons is the mindset. The mindset is not good. So you see it that, oh, it is good if you have good roads, if you have 4 lanes going or 3 lanes going to the same destination. It cuts off travel time. It increases productivity in the economy. These are not rocket science. So it's not rocket science. It is basic economics. Reduce the travel time, increase productivity, ask of the people to give you more. That way the economy will grow. But you see, our politicians or our constructors or whoever, they would construct a road and they'll give you just 2 lanes. Even that 2 lanes, one is going in, one is going out. That's it. Without any room for expansion, without any room for understanding the global trends and the new trends, and then even understanding the fact that whole population will grow. So we'll need more of this. All right? It's all about mindset. It's all about mindset. You don't blame them, because they they were in a certain kind of state of mind before coming here, and they never changed. They never changed. I tell people all the time that if I have to come back to Ghana today to teach, I will be a different teacher, because there were things that I have learned in America that I feel it must also be implemented in my home country. That is why sometimes we say the things we say, we do the discussions that we do, not because you see yourself as above anyone, but because the mind has changed. The mind has been affected positively. You understand? It's been affected positively. We have allowed the system to pass through you. You are not just passing through the system. You are not just going through it. Oh, I'm in America. I am in Kentucky. I am in Düsseldorf. I'm in Hamburg. I'm a Hamburg burger. Hamburg burger, and so what? At the end of the day, what transformation has it brought to your worldview? What transformation have you sent back home? That is all we are saying. That is all we've been talking about. So I believe this is another dimension of the mindset series, and I hope that all of us, whether you have traveled or you have not traveled, it depends on how you think, how you reason. Our forefathers have a proverb that they always say that, listen, what an old man will sit and see, a young man will climb the highest Iroko tree, but he or she cannot see. Right? Yes. If you have read Chinua Achebe, Things Fall Apart Before, you'll be able to know some of these proverbs. So why did they say that? Because our forefathers have a broader worldview of things than us. So your father will be shouting, don't do this. Selassie, don't do this. Kwame, don't do this. Sam, don't do this. Prince, do not go to this place. You'll be challenging your father, because he or she, he has passed through, either he has passed through that stage before, or he knows something that you are not aware of. And maybe at that moment, he knows your mind cannot process it, so he will not be able to tell you. But he will just give you a very nice warning. But in your myopic mindset, in your own small view, you think you are better than them. So you ignore it and you go and enter into trouble. It's all about the mindset. It's all about how we think, how we perceive things, how we process things. That is why I gave an analogy one time that a little girl lost the eyeglasses, right? And she looked for it. She looked for it. She looked everywhere. Perceived, she claimed she looked everywhere, but never found the eyeglasses. Then the mother looked for it. So he told the mom, my eyeglasses is missing. Less than 30 minutes, the mother found that eyeglass. And he asked the mom, how come I looked for it in the same places, I never found it, but you, looking in the same room that we are all staying in, you found it in less than a few minutes? And the mother replied that you were looking for an eyeglass. I was looking for $250 because that is how much I paid for that. You know, I just quoted the value. It can be more than that, but the essence of the story is that you were looking for your eyeglasses, but I was looking for the value of that eyeglass. So the way we'll look for it will be different. The way the agency with which we will look for it will be different. The eye with which we'll be looking will be different. You understand? Actually, you know, once you are all, we can all see, but some will see differently than others. And I will encourage you to start seeing differently and perceiving differently. Make sure all the senses that God has endowed you with, all the 5 senses, activate them, let them be active, let them work, so that you'll be able to achieve something. In fact, and I will urge all parents to transfer this to their kids. The kind of language you use around them. The kind of things you say around them. As for you not make it. You suffer in life. No. Watch what you tell them. Watch the kind of words you use. Even as a teacher, what the kind of words you tell your students. Because look, it can make them or unmake them. Once they accept that mindset and start seeing themselves as such, that is the end. They will grow with it and it will go with them. I've shared the story of how I used to give my daughter dollars anytime I'm doing a transaction. Those days I was in Ghana and somebody sends me money to do a transaction for them. I will give it to her. I say, hold it and declare that I'll be $1 billionaire. I will learn to niche out. You see, it's a mindset I was creating in her. And today she holds the dollars and she's like, daddy, you used to say it. And that is just the beginning. The greater one will come. But it will all depend and it all start from somewhere. You guys need to start from somewhere. If you have not started it yet, please start. You understand? Yes, declarations, confessions, and the way, and start teaching them to see beyond just what their visual eyes sees and what they can see visually. Let them see with their mind. That is the only way we can change our worldview. I'll end it here. We'll engage again another time. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Please share this video to somebody. Let's interact. Let me see your comments in the comment section. And let me know what you also think about this particular discussion. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.